Today, the video game industry in the USA is kicking ass, so let's regulate it to death. This is CheckPoint. Welcome to CheckPoint.
Where Graham is going to talk more about Mass Effect.
Nope. No, I am not. The new iPad, which for those keeping score is the newest iPad, sold 3 million units on launch day, making it Apple's biggest release yet. For your interest, the 3DS has sold only 15 million units lifetime, and the PlayStation Vita a paltry 1.2 lifetime. Both of those numbers as of February. Now, Apple intends the iPad as a media consumption and productivity device, and they aren't trying to make it a handheld console, but let's just say Nintendo should probably wise up and start production on Pokémon for iPad.
Perpetually ported arcade game Dragon's Lair is coming to yet another platform, the Xbox Live Arcade, and this time it's bringing Kinect controls with it. Great! As if it wasn't already difficult enough to figure out which button to hit, what with the game's notoriously unclear prompts, now we have to wave our arms the right way. We can only hope that they had to make the controls more forgiving for the Kinect, and that my usual response to Dragon's Lair, flailing my arms madly and backing away, will yield the correct combination of inputs.
Indie game One and One Story, a finalist at the 2012 Independent Games Festival, is the latest victim of IP piracy. A Vietnamese publisher with the unpronounceable name of Afoligisk decompiled the Flash version of One and One Story and submitted it wholesale to the iOS App Store, where it still sits at time of writing. No. You guys are doing this all wrong. When Six Waves LOL apps ripped off Tripletown, they called it Yeti Town. Whenever Zynga rips something off, they append Dream to the name. Instead of One and One Story, which is its real name, you need to call it One and Another Tale, or One and One's Yeti Dream, or something. Then you're in the clear. Well, maybe a palette swap too, just to be sure, but after that you're golden. At least, that's the precedent Apple is setting.
Forthcoming Ninja Gaiden 3 DLC will add 2 new weapons, a scythe, and some claw hand things. Really, Tecmo? We know that most US gamers don't know their katanas from their wakizashis, but all you can think of is more slicey, slashy things? It's DLC, have fun with it. Why not give him nunchucks, or a robot car with a rocket launcher, or a soft-boiled egg? He's Ryu Hayabusa, he could figure out something to do with one.
Is the US video game industry in danger of overregulation? Well, Kathleen's going to go on point, which I'm okay with now. I've come to terms with it.
UK politicians are doing something completely new in the history of time? They're following through on a 2010 promise to grant game developers a tax break. This is all very pro-gaming, and according to UK Game Lobby Association TIGA's not at all biased numbers, it will be awesome. Now, compare that to what 2 US members of Congress did this week. They proposed a bill that would see all video games, even ones rated E, labeled with warnings about violent behavior, just like cigarette packages, but with considerably less research, and none of which actually backs up your claims. Look, USA. You may not have noticed this, but your economy is in the pooper. Between these warning labels, Oklahoma's proposed video game tax, and Leland Yee's entire career, it's starting to look like you're actively trying to sabotage your video game industry. So while I realize some of your politicians find any industry that brings joy to people abhorrent, think about this. Your manufacturing industry? Auto industry? Farming? Ugh. Maybe leave the one industry that's actually kicking ass for you alone.
You know, I was initially reluctant about you also going on point, but I did like how you said pooper.
That was my favorite part too. I put that in there especially. Pooper. Love saying that word. Pooper. Coming up, game officially files for administration. Journalists everywhere mourn as the easy headline gravy train finally comes to an end.